Welcome back to Dixie Alley Weather Center. My name is Caleb Prick. Thank you so much for joining me today on Thursday, August 14th, 2025. I know it's been a couple of days since I have posted a video, but that is only because I've had company here. Honestly, I love posting videos. It's just sometimes I got to spend some time with family. But that's all right. We still have a lot of updates to get to, especially concerning Tropical Storm Erin. The reason I haven't been doing posts is because it hasn't really been changing much from what I've been talking about before. There are some changes we need to talk about today, though, as it is now, Tropical Storm Erin is now starting to strengthen and will become a major hurricane, and maybe even more of a major hurricane, maybe like a Category 4 hurricane, as we go throughout the next couple of days. We'll also be talking about the tracks, where we expect this to go, where we expect it not to go. I'll also be talking about the forecasted extreme heat that will be coming to the U.S. as we go throughout the next couple of days, where we could have temperatures once again in the Dixie Alley reaching the 100s in some areas like the southeast, and also off towards the west like Mississippi and Louisiana. All this is included in this video, so let's get right into it. Here's a view from satellite imagery on Zoom Earth right now. You can see a lot of cloud cover across the Dixie Alley right now. Had a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity yesterday. A lot of areas picked up a lot of rainfall. Areas like Chattanooga had some flooding over the past couple of days with all the rainfall they've been getting. Heavy rainfall for more than an hour with 2 inches per hour falling at one time. It can cause a lot of flooding. There's still some road closures in Chattanooga right now. A lot of stranded vehicles that got stuck in the flooded roadways. Make sure you aren't driving through flooded roadways. Expecting more rain throughout parts of the Dixie Alley, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina as we go throughout the day today. More focused towards the coast, though, where we could have 1 to maybe 3 inches come through today and tomorrow in areas like Mobile and through Tallahassee. We also have a few areas of development. Here's a look at the part of the cone track of Tropical Storm Erin. You can see it is now expected to become a high-end Category 3 hurricane as we go throughout the next couple of days into the beginning of next week as it starts to make its curve maybe away from Bermuda. The best area that we want this to go is already showing signs of doing that, going in between Bermuda and the United States, and we want it to stay like that. Yeah, now that doesn't mean it's going to go this way. There is still a slim chance it goes toward Bermuda and a slim chance it goes toward the Carolinas, but hopefully it skims off far enough to our east and far enough to the west of Bermuda that it doesn't cause too much trouble. We also have another area of development off to the southeast or southwest of the Dixie Alley here in the parts of the Gulf. This is Invest 98L, possible development area, 20% chance of development over the next 48 hours. Not really expecting much out of this except maybe some rainfall throughout parts of northern Mexico, maybe even stretching into parts of Texas. Not expecting too much rainfall. Once again, the rainfall will start to diminish throughout most of the Dixie Alley as we go through this weekend and into next week, and the main story is going to be focused on the heat. But while the rain is here, it is going to cause some problems with some flash flooding in some areas, especially along the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina, especially throughout today. We have a day one slight risk across parts of the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina that means more excessive rainfall for areas like Charleston, South Carolina, areas like Raleigh, North Carolina, along the beaches of North Carolina like Myrtle Beach. Expecting some above average rainfall, maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe some more locally in some areas where you get some of those training storms. A lot of shower and thunderstorm activity throughout today. And then we also got a marginal risk extending through Louisiana all the way up into parts of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. Now, we are expecting a lot more rain along the coast. That will come as we go throughout tonight, late tonight into tomorrow morning, and throughout the next couple of days. The areas that have the highest chance of shower and thunderstorm activity as we go into the weekend will be centered along the coast, while the rest of us are going to be drying out and getting pretty hot. As we go through tomorrow, like I said, the rain and thunderstorm activity is going to remain along the coast. We're going to have more showers and thunderstorms. I wouldn't be surprised if they extended this marginal risk down to the coast, where we expect more scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then we got a marginal risk throughout parts of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, into the Appalachian Mountains, where we expect more excessive rainfall. So here's a look at the total rain accumulations as we go throughout the rest of this week and into next week. You can see quite a bit of rainfall. That area out to sea is where we have the possible track of tropical storm and future major hurricane Erin that will be moving out to sea, expected to move out to sea. Once again, it's not locked in, but that's the most likely path at this moment. We do expect scattered rain totals from 1 up to maybe 5 inches in some areas, especially along parts of the Carolinas into the Appalachian Mountains and along the East Coast in areas like Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, where we expect areas of rain totals range from maybe half an inch up to maybe areas like 5 inches. Areas could see more than 5 inches, no doubt. This isn't telling you exactly how much rainfall you're going to see. Just the expected amounts, and then maybe some scattered 1 to 2 inches in areas like Alabama, parts of southern central Mississippi, and all throughout parts of Louisiana, where you could pick up some maybe showers and thunderstorms. Not expecting really strong to severe thunderstorms. Saw a few of those yesterday. Not expecting much of those, but maybe some heavy rainfall as we go throughout today. And like I said, the tropics are still very active right now. We still have Tropical Storm Erin right now that is starting to intensify. It is still a tropical storm, but it is on the stronger side and is beginning to edge towards a hurricane. We do expect this to become a hurricane as early as tomorrow morning and be a Category 1 hurricane. From there, do we expect this to strengthen? We do expect this to strengthen into a major hurricane, possibly even a higher hurricane like a Category 4 intensity. Now, the track is still pretty uncertain. We do know that this is going to curve. Where it curves to is still the question. Will it curve towards Bermuda and cause some big-time impacts for Bermuda? Will it curve in between Bermuda and the United States? That would be the best-case scenario. Or will this impact areas like the East Coast, like South Carolina and North Carolina? All this is still in the question. The area that we are expecting right now for this area to go is right in between. That would be the best-case scenario. But there is still possibilities for this to go anywhere else. So we are continuing to watch this. I mean, once again, the one thing we do know is this is going to intensify and become a pretty strong hurricane. We also have this other area of development that has just popped up in the Gulf of Mexico yesterday, and now it has just been upgraded to a code orange by the National Hurricane Center. 40% chance of developing over the next 48 hours. They see the increased shower and convective energy there that could cause this to spin up into maybe a tropical depression, is what the National Hurricane is saying, possibly before it makes landfall in Mexico or parts of Texas. So we do need to watch this for maybe some extra rainfall. Not expecting too much in the way of like gusty winds or any other hurricane impacts, maybe some pretty dangerous rip currents. But once again, this isn't something too concerning. But we're just now getting into hurricane season. There's going to be a lot more concerning things to talk about as we go into the future. This is just a sign of more things to come. And once again, I will keep you updated and let you know when something is impacting us. Here's a look at the tracks that Tropical Storm Erin could possibly take, the possible tracks. There's a bunch of different ones. The main area that we are looking at right now is the center black line. You can see it takes it out to sea in between the U.S. and Bermuda, and that would be a good sign. It's not impacting much land. That would be the best case scenario. But we definitely have quite a few of these taking it towards Bermuda, and then we have quite a few, or a couple new ones that are taking this through the Bahamas and over toward the United States, which would be probably a worst case scenario for us in the Dixie Alley, especially because this would drive it right into areas like the Carolinas, impact us all along the East Coast, and that wouldn't be a good thing. But luckily, there's very low chance for that to happen at this moment. The highest chance is that this curves in between Bermuda and the U.S., and that would be the best case scenario. Like I said, hope this isn't locked in yet, but I'm continuing to watch this. If anything starts to look more concerning, I will let you know right away. And like I said already, the temperatures throughout the rest of this week, into this weekend, and into the beginning of next week are going to be much above average for much of us in the Dixie Alley. All across the Dixie Alley, the coolest temperatures would be throughout parts of North Carolina, where it's just maybe slightly above average temperatures in some areas, and then some areas just seeing about average temperatures. And that has to do with some of the more unstable weather that will be in that area, more rain showers, more showers and thunderstorms throughout most of the days, going throughout this weekend and into next week. But the areas that won't be seeing as much rain showers and thunderstorms and will be seeing those more above average temperatures would be areas like Florida, down here closer to the Gulf, like parts of Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, most of the Dixie Alley in those above average temperatures. But the areas that are in the most probability for those above average temperatures would be areas closer to the Gulf, where you may see temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, maybe some areas squeezing in a temperature around 100 in areas like probably around the peninsula of Florida, but not expecting too much in the way of 100s. Not something like we saw once again in the month of July, but something to be aware of. It's going to be above average temperature. We're already getting into those pretty high temperatures right now. At my house, it's 90 degrees. It's the peak of the day, so it's starting to get a lot hotter than it was before. Probably last week, it was pretty cool. So once again, make sure you're not overexerting yourself. Setting times for when it's cooler outside to get some work done. But once again, nothing too concerning with this. So how hot could it get? Well, according to the GFS model, not too hot, not much hotter than you usually see this time of year. Maybe just a little bit above average temperatures, but nothing that we haven't seen before. We've already seen temperatures higher than this year. Maybe as we go into tomorrow, some pretty high temperatures. This is going to be one of the hottest days as we go throughout tomorrow. Most of the Dixie Alley, low 90s, mid 90s to upper 90s, maybe a few areas in Florida especially reaching the 100s, and that's kind of rare for Florida. One of the only areas that's going to be seeing maybe possibly record-breaking temperatures, especially down there towards the Tampa Bay area, recording a temperature of maybe 102. The hottest temperatures are going to be farther off to our west into the Central Plains, where we can see areas in Nebraska into the mid 100s. Not expecting that for our area. The farther you go up to the north, it's going to be a little cooler, more of a rain-cooled atmosphere, especially as you go into the Appalachian Mountains. Much below average through portions of North Carolina and Tennessee, but all the rest of us are going to be much above average for today, tomorrow, and into Saturday. But it's gonna continue to be hot. I mean, it's summer. Once again, we expect this. Maybe a few above average temperatures, but nothing we haven't seen before. Just make sure you're taking those heat precautions, especially as you go farther out to the west, areas like Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana, and then maybe even into parts of Florida. And once again, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you click the like button and subscribe. That's all the weather info I've got for you today. But once again, I'm continuing to monitor Tropical Storm Erin, future Hurricane Erin, especially as we go into tomorrow. I will have an update tomorrow for you guys, so make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you're clicking the bell and turning on all notifications so you do not miss a video that I post. We're going to continue to monitor Tropical Storm Erin. I'm also going to continue to monitor the heat and the rain potentials as we go throughout the next couple of days. You can see we got scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout much of the Dixie Alley right now, parts of Mississippi, Louisiana getting in on the brunt of those showers, the stronger showers and thunderstorms. Then we got another area along the coast of North Carolina and South Carolina getting in on some flooding rain. So make sure you have multiple ways to receive warnings, and I will see you in the next video.